Please pause the video so that the objective and do now are showing until students have had a chance to work on it individually and to pair share. And then unpause the video and I'll go through the answers. Okay, so you've now unpaused the video. Alright, so our goal today is that we're going to design and construct a solar oven. You'll have a little bit of time in a future lesson, but you need to get the vast majority of work done. So do now here, what is albedo? Alright, this is from Unit 6 where we studied climate change, And so albedo is how much light is reflected from a surface. So a light-colored, let's say white surface, will have a high albedo, which means not much of the light is being absorbed, most of it's being reflected. Whereas a dark, or let's say black surface, will have a low albedo, which means a lot of light is being absorbed. So that might be something you want to consider when you are building your solar ovens. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the entire agenda and all the directions. If necessary, you could replay these at each step, but I think the best thing to do would just be to play the entire rest of the video and then to have time for students to do what they need to do to build their solar ovens. Okay, so for today's agenda, you already know the objective. You've finished the do now. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to answer design questions, because you've got to figure out how you're going to design the solar oven before you just start building. We don't want to just randomly build things. That's a good way to waste time, energy, and resources. So you want to have a plan going in. Now this says 20 for 20 minutes, but it could take more. It could possibly take less, but I kind of doubt it. You can change your design. So just because you have that design you start with doesn't mean you can't change it later. So don't get so scared about what your design is that you take 50 minutes to design it, because that's probably just excessive. You're not going to have enough time to construct it, because remember, you got to construct basically all of it. We'll have only 20 more minutes, which will take the last 5 minutes of class to figure out what is it that you still need to do. Alright, so I'm going to go through all that in a little bit more detail. You do have all the background information on the first 2 pages, and so you may want to look through that again. It will probably be helpful to review so that you keep in mind some of the information it gives you about what makes for a good solar oven, because there actually are some details in here that would be useful. Okay, so the first chunk of time here is you're going to spend some time working on these design considerations. So you've got a bunch of restrictions, and then on pages 3 and 4 you have some questions. So what you need to do is answer the questions. Everyone should put it in their notes. Whoever your scribe is, make sure everyone writes it, but I only want to collect the neatest one by the end of the period. Okay, so make sure you turn that in by the end of the period so that I can get a grade for that. That's your one group grade. Everything else is going to be individual. Okay, once you're done with that, you can actually start construction. These expectations are actually on page 5, so you can follow along as I go over them here. All right, so you've got a very limited amount of time, so it's important that you make the most out of your group work time. So follow these 3 expectations. So everyone should contribute. All right, someone might do more of the physical building, some people might do more of the mental lifting, but everyone should contribute somehow. So figure out how to contribute, and if you find yourself not doing anything, that's what idle means, ask your group for suggestions. Try to be helpful. My suggestion is to pick a specific group role and do your best to fulfill your role. You want to treat the materials with respect. Use only materials you need. I do have some community resources. They're on the teacher station. They're clearly labeled. Please make sure they go back where they belong. Anything that you brought in that you want to donate to the community resources, you can put in the appropriate box. Otherwise, leave it with your stuff. And obviously, it goes without saying, but don't steal each other's stuff. That's extremely disrespectful. And be careful around other groups' projects. You don't want to accidentally bump into it. You know, people are putting a lot of effort into this. Make sure you use your time wisely and stay on task. Redirect yourself if you find yourself getting off topic or socializing, and also kindly redirect your peers. So the teacher, I should not need to, the sub should not need to redirect you. That's something you should be doing for yourself. If you're interested in what the calendar looks like, this is the rest of our project. So actually, I think I said that the next Monday and Tuesday you're going to have time. That's actually not true. You're going to get your exams back, and it's actually the following week that you'll have time to finish construction. But then we're testing it right away, so you're not going to have a whole lot of time. The very last thing you're going to do, the last 10 minutes, is just to figure out what do you need to do before class. So what do you need to do for homework, basically? And then what do you need to do during those 20 minutes? Because you want to make sure that you're able to get it done. Alright, so make sure to write your names on and then leave your solar clicker under the banner for your period. So if you look around, you should be able to find a blue banner that says period 2 or period 3 or what have you. Alright, have fun building. Bye-bye.